Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We got 16 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate as we open up the weekend today. Starting with the Boston Red Sox versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -125. Boston +115 with the over-under at 9. Boston coming into this matchup 74-74. Toronto 81-67. Pitching for the Red Sox is Chris Sale with an ERA of 4.88. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 3.83. Sale, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Bassett, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Boston on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a 3-0 loss yesterday against Toronto. Just couldn't really get anything going yesterday. You know, they are just 1-4 against Toronto, so they have struggled head-to-head here. Both pitchers giving up, coming off a 5-6 run game here. Yeah, just not a good day for the Red Sox yesterday. Still think they're a good underdog despite getting shut out yesterday. I still think they're solid here, especially with Toronto, who was just on a 4-game losing streak here. I'm going to take a shot again with Boston +1.5 today to see if they bounce back. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Oakland Athletics. Padres opening up as road favorites at -145. Oakland +120 with the over-under at 9. Padres coming into this matchup 70-78. Oakland 46-101. Pitching for the Padres is Matt Waldron with an ERA of 5.55. Pitching for Oakland is Mason Miller with an ERA of 2.84. Waldron, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. Miller, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Padres beating Oakland yesterday 8-3. Nice win for the Padres. I feel like they should really take advantage of this series. Yeah, Waldron coming off a couple of rough starts on the mound, giving up 4 and 5 runs here, but if he can play somewhat decent today, I think they'll be fine. I'm going to take the Padres on the road. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -120. The Rangers +110 with the over-under at 8. Rangers coming into this matchup 82-65. Guardians 70-78. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 3.91. Pitching for the Guardians is Tanner Beebe with an ERA of 3.03. Rangers, Dunning, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. He's given up about 3 runs a game here. Beebe, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. The Rangers losing yesterday 12-3 against Cleveland. Just couldn't really get anything going at all for the Rangers, ruining their big win streak that they were on. They have struggled against Cleveland, 1-5 on the road against the Guardians here. I still think they're a good underdog here, getting on plus money value. And, despite not playing that well yesterday, I'm going to take a shot with the Rangers +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Rays opening up as road favorites at -120. Baltimore +110 with the over-under at 8. Rays coming into this matchup 92-57. Baltimore 91-56. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA of 3.24. Pitching for the Orioles is Grayson Rodriguez with an ERA of 4.88. Glasnow, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Tampa Bay on a 3-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against Baltimore. They've just looked good in this series. Baltimore on a 4-game losing streak here. Tampa Bay 5-1 on the road, playing well on the road here. Both pitchers giving up about 2-3 runs a game. And yeah, been tough for Baltimore. Haven't been able to cover as the underdog so far in this series, and I think I'm gonna take a shot with the Rays on the road here. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the New York Mets. Reds opening up as road favorites at -110. The Mets +100 with the over-under at 8.5. Reds coming into this matchup 77-72. The Mets 68-79. Pitching for the Reds is Andrew Abbott with an ERA of 3.64. Pitching for the Mets is Tyler Megill with an ERA of 5.03. Abbott, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Megill, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. The Reds, coming off a Mets win yesterday, 5-3, nice underdog win for them. Reds, they are just 2-4 against the Mets here. They were able to pick up the win yesterday. Megill coming off a 0-run game here, and Abbott had some bad starts with that 6-run game. And I think Mets are a decent underdog today, and I'll take Mets +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Kansas City Royals. Astros opening up as road favorites at -145. The Royals +130 with the over-under at 9.5. Astros coming into this matchup 83-65. The Royals 47-101. Pitching for the Astros is J.P. France with an ERA of 3.61. Pitching for the Royals is Cole Ragans with an ERA of 3.13. France, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Ragans, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Houston coming off a Royals loss yesterday, 4-2. Disappointing loss for Houston yesterday, as the Royals build up a little 3-game winning streak here. Houston, is 8-1 on the road, 10-5 on the road against the Royals here. I'd be shocked if they steal back-to-back games against the Astros here, and I like Houston to bounce back on the road today. Next matchup, we've got the Minnesota Twins versus the Chicago White Sox. Twins opening up as road favorites at -200. The White Sox +170 with the over-under at 9. Twins coming into this matchup 78-70. The White Sox 56-92. Pitching for the Twins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 3.48. Pitching for the White Sox is Touki Toussaint with an ERA of 5.65. Lopez, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 14 strikeouts. Toussaint, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 8 runs, had 1 strikeout. Minnesota coming off back-to-back White Sox wins, 10-2, just identical scoring performances, which is kind of hard to do. They are 6-0 against the White Sox here. Lopez coming off 2 really good starts on the mound here, and I'm gonna take the Twins on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Washington Nationals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -250. Washington +200 with the over-under at 8. Washington coming into this matchup 65-83. The Brewers 83-64. Pitching for the Nationals is Trevor Williams with an ERA of 5.44. Pitching for the Brewers is Corbin Burns with an ERA of 3.47. Williams, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Burns, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Washington on a 4-game losing streak, losing to the Brewers yesterday 5-3. They are just 1-4 on the road against Milwaukee here. Burns coming off some good starts on the mound. Williams coming off that 6 and 8 run outings in his last 2, which has been pretty rough for him. And I'm going to have to take the Brewers at home. Next matchup, we've got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -115. The Cardinals +105 with the over-under at 9. Phillies coming into this matchup 80 and 67. The Cardinals 65 and 82. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 3.93. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 4.75. Suarez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Mikolas, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. The Phillies, coming off a St. Louis win yesterday, 5-4. A nice win there. They are 6-0 against St. Louis, so they've been pretty dominant against the Cardinals here. Suarez giving up about 2 to 3 runs a game here, and I think I'm going to take the Phillies on the road. Next matchup, we get the Chicago Cubs versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Cubs opening up as road favorites at -110. Arizona +100 with the over-under at 9. Cubs coming into this matchup 78 and 70. Arizona 77 and 72. Pitching for the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks with an ERA of 3.86. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Davies with an ERA of 6.81. Hendricks, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Davies, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Cubs on a 3-game losing streak here, losing to Arizona yesterday 6-4. Even with a Justin Steele on the mound, I thought they'd be able to get the win, but yeah, just 1-4 against Arizona here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up about 3-4 runs here in their last few, and I'm gonna take a shot with Arizona +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Los Angeles Angels. Detroit opening up as road favorites at -110. The Angels +100 with the over-under at 8.5. Detroit coming into this matchup 68 and 79. The Angels 68 and 80. Pitching for the Tigers is Sawyer Gibson Long with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Angels is Tyler Anderson with an ERA of 5.36. Long, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Anderson, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Detroit beating LA yesterday 11-2. Nice win for Detroit here. Looks like Ohtani is doubtful today, so that's definitely not good for the Angels here. And yeah, definitely if Ohtani's out here, gonna have to roll with the Tigers on the road. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Seattle Mariners. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at -145. Seattle +130 with the over-under at 7.5. Dodgers coming into this matchup 89 and 57. Seattle 81 and 66. Pitching for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw with an ERA of 2.61. Pitching for Seattle is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 4.05. Kershaw, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Miller, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Dodgers beating Seattle yesterday 6-3. Nice win for LA. Pretty good pitching matchup here. Kershaw, hardly giving up about 1 to 3 runs here. Miller coming off a 5-run game, but he's averaging around 3 runs as well. I still think Seattle is a good underdog today. I'm going to try them out again. Couldn't get the cover yesterday, but I'm still going to take a shot with Seattle +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got a doubleheader between the San Francisco Giants versus the Colorado Rockies. Don't have a line on either of these games here, but I'm just going to assume Giants are going to be favored in both of these here. Giants coming into this matchup 75 and 72. The Rockies 54 and 92. Pitching for the Giants is Keaton Wynn with an ERA of 3.55. Pitching for the Rockies is Peter Lambert with an ERA of 5.36. Wynn, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Lambert, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Giants losing to the Rockies yesterday, 3-2. Tough loss yesterday. They are 8-1 against the Rockies on the road, 16-2 against the Rockies. So they've been absolutely dominant against the Rockies here. Been the much better pitcher on the mound. And yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Giants on the road in game 1. And then game 2, still no line for this game 2 matchup here. The only info I have, don't have any pitching info for the Giants for this matchup here, so be sure to check that out when that does get released. But pitching for the Rockies is Kyle Freeland with an ERA of 5.07. And yeah, I'm keeping it simple. I'm just gonna roll with the Giants in game 1 and game 2, keeping it simple. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Miami Marlins. Braves opening up as road favorites. Let's see, at -135. Miami +115 with the over/under at 9. Braves coming into this matchup 96 and 51. The Marlins 76 and 72. Pitching for the Braves is Jared Schuster with an ERA of 5.26. Pitching for the Marlins is Brian Hoeing with an ERA of 4.04. Schuster, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Hoeing, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. He's coming off a 5 and 7 run game. Kuna Jr. is questionable. He left late in the matchup yesterday, so hopefully he does play today. Atlanta losing 9-6 yesterday. Tough loss for the Braves. They are just 6-1 against Miami, so that was the first time Miami's beat them in a long time. And I'm gonna roll with the Braves here. Even if Acuna doesn't play, they're still more than capable hitting wise, and I'll take the Braves on the road. In the last matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is another game with no line for whatever reason. There's just no line. And no pitching. I'm sorry. I do have some pitching info, though. Pitching for the Yankees is Luke Weaver with an ERA of 6.77. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pirates, it's Luis Ortiz with an ERA of 4.66. Yankees beating the Pirates yesterday 7-5. They are, 4-1 against Pitt, 7-1 on the road here. Weaver has not been good on the mound for the Yankees. He's been giving up a lot of runs here, and I think the Yankees are definitely probably still going to be a little bit favored in this matchup when the line comes out. But I think I'm gonna take a shot with the Pirates +1.5 at home. That's gonna be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.